Thank you everyone for joining us today for part 2 of our National Parks webinar series featuring the beautiful Glacier National Park. Today's presentation is going to be about 30 minutes, and then we have plenty of time to answer any questions that you all have. So if you do have any questions at all throughout this presentation, please feel free to type them right into your questions box there on the right hand of your screen. This year, it is the centennial for the national parks, and there's no better time to visit. So that's why we decided to kick off the new year with a mini national park series of webinars. So 2 weeks ago, we did part 1 featuring the Grand Canyon. So if you were on that one as well, thank you for joining that and for joining us again today. If you missed it though, no worries, it was recorded, and you can watch it online on our blog at amtrakvacationsblog.com. And stay tuned, as part 3 will be coming shortly to finish off the series as we focus on Yellowstone and Yosemite. Today's focus though, again, it's going to be Glacier National Park, and we have a lot of great information for you about how to get to the park, the best places to stay, and things to do and see while you're there. And I do have a special guest speaker who I'll introduce in just a bit, who's our Glacier National Park specialist, and she's here to tell you all about the park. So I do want to introduce myself. I'm Jackie Malecki, and I'll be your webinar host today and the official host for all webinars going forward. So thank you everyone for all the feedback that you gave us on the registration page on what you were all looking to learn today. We read through all your comments and tried to incorporate as much of it as we could into today's presentation. We also have some exclusive discounts just for you for attending today. And based on when a lot of you said you were looking to travel, we came up with an even better discount. So stay tuned for that. And I'll also be announcing the $100 gift certificate winner at the end of the presentation. And you'll want to write down our phone number there, so when you are ready to make a booking, you can give us a call, and any one of our vacation specialists can help you out and put together the perfect package. So you can call us at 800-AMTRAK-2, and that's 800-268-7252. You can also reach out to your local travel agent who will be able to assist you with booking your vacation package. So why should you travel with Amtrak Vacations? Well, first of all, it's a bucket list experience to travel by train and see the beautiful landscapes of America by rail. The train travels to places that no cars can go, and you'll see some landscapes that you would never experience just by flying. And it's also a bucket list experience to travel to Glacier National Park. There's room to roam on board the train. It's not like an airline or a car where you're stuck in your seat. And I recently had a long flight. It was about 14 hours, and I was going crazy, stuck in my seat, so uncomfortable. I couldn't even sleep there. And I didn't even know what to do with myself on the plane. And I've taken several long-distance trains, and I never once felt crammed or wished that the train ride was over yet. So I had a comfortable night's sleep in my room-at accommodation. I was able to walk around the train, went to the dining car for my meals, walked to the observation car, has those nice large windows there to take in all that spectacular scenery and views. There's a lot of socializing in there. It was such a fun and exciting, and relaxing experience, and I definitely can't say that about flying. You can satisfy your hunger. There's a dining car on the train with all the sleeping accommodations. The meals are included on the train for that portion of the trip. There is a chef on board that's preparing the meals. If you are traveling in coach, you can still go to the dining car or even the snack car to grab a bite. There's city-to-city service on the train. Picks you right up in the heart of the cities there, as well as brings you right to the national parks. Now, when you travel to the national parks with Amtrak Vacations, we have you stay right at the national park lodges to really give you the best experiences. I always love showing this map of the Amtrak route system because a lot of people don't realize the extent that Amtrak travels to. It goes to 46 of the 48 continuous states. The only 2 it does not go through are South Dakota and Wyoming. A little fun fact I always love to share is last year, 31.2 million people traveled on Amtrak. These are people that came from all over the U.S. and all over the world, really. And here you can see the train route that takes you to Glacier National Park. It's called the Empire Builder, and it's that northern route from Chicago going over to Seattle. And you can choose between 500 different stations to start and or to end your trip. So there's a lot of flexibility, and you can decide how you want to travel to Glacier National Park. Now, before we get started with the Glacier Park portion, there is something excited I want to share, and it's that Amtrak Vacations has now partnered with the National Parks Foundation, which is the official charity of the national parks. So what does that mean? Well, for every national park booking made with us, we'll donate a portion of the revenue to the National Parks Foundation, and it helps to preserve the beautiful national parks, and it funds education programs, and that's at no additional cost to you. This year, it is the centennial and the 100th birthday of the National Park Service, and there's no better time to visit the national park. So now it's time to talk all about Glacier National Park, and it's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today and someone who knows Glacier very well, Brittany Spotton.
Thank you, Jackie, and thank you again, everyone, for being here today. I'm very excited to talk about Glacier National Park since it's one of my favorite national parks and our #1 seller. I recently had the pleasure of taking the Empire Builder, starting in Chicago with some fun sightseeing. My favorite was Cloud Gate, or the locals call it the Bean. So there's a picture of me right there. From there, we had 2 nights on the train going through some gorgeous places. Montana and Washington were a winter wonderland. And then we ended in Seattle with some more exploring. At the bottom of this slide, there's a picture of the Chihuly Garden in glass. The sculptures, everyone, are absolutely breathtaking. Definitely a must check out. So speaking about the train and my recent trip, getting to Glacier National Park by Amtrak, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to arrive. You get to sit back, relax, and enjoy all the gorgeous views. The crown of the continent, as some refer to Glacier, is comprised of rugged mountains, glistening lakes, and gorgeous peaks formed by glacial carving. So much awaits you with over 700 miles of trails, 130 pristine named lakes, and over 1 million acres of mountain ranges. As Jackie mentioned, this year is the National Park Centennial, so space is selling out really fast with all our national park packages. So let's jump right into stepping off the train and walking to Glacier Park Lodge, which is just steps away. This stunning historic lodge, built over a century ago by the Great Northern Railway, is surrounded by trees and tons of history. As soon as you step through the lobby, you'll be stepping back in time and experience the early 1900s. The lodge sits on land of the Blackfeet Indians with the majestic dancing mountains as your backdrop. Truly amazing. The lodge has a 9-hole golf course, day spa, outdoor swimming pool, and shuttle service. If we have the availability, because everyone, they do sell out fast, I strongly recommend a balcony room. It's a nice treat to wake up in the morning with a cup of coffee and enjoy all the majestic beauty. Included in most of our packages would be a dinner at the Great Northern Dining Room, which is a great way to end your adventure-filled day. So let's talk about the other hotel that we work with. This is Many Glacier Hotel. It's another fabulous hotel we offer, and it's known as the Switzerland of North America. Look at those peaks behind this hotel, absolutely breathtaking. So Many Glacier was built by the Great Northern Railway in 1914 and is by the shores of the Swift Current Lake inside of Glacier Park. This hotel offers rustic charm and lots of amenities like the Swiss Lounge, there's ranger programs, boat cruises nearby, and also many trails. So what to do in this gorgeous national park? Well, here is my favorite. This is our Big Sky Circle Tour, and it is just full of adventure. The red bus, as you guys see right here, will pick you up right in front of the lodge. Very convenient, guys. And you will start your journey through Mary's Pass to stop for wildlife viewing at Goat Lick. So you guys are going to see elk. You're going to see a bunch of cool things. The tour will go over to Lake McDonald, which is the largest lake in the park, and a direct result of glacial carving. Step back and admire the colors, which are truly amazing. And this is one of my favorite parts about Glacier National Park is the water there. In Lake McDonald, you can purchase an optional lunch and then tour the Hemlock Forest and the Grand Cedar landscape. The photo opportunities are endless, ascending high on the famous Going to the Sun Road, up to Logan's Pass, and then down to St. Mary's Valley. We also offer a boat cruise, which is another adventure day. Transportation will pick you up at the hotel, and Two Medicine Valley is a hidden gem. You guys will embark on a boat cruise and see the wonders of the alpine meadows, cascading waterfalls, and sparkling lakes. Later that day, I strongly recommend venturing off on any of Glacier National Park's 700 miles of trails. There really is so much to see. And speaking of the many trails in Glacier, one of my favorites is the Red Rock Falls, located by Swift Current. Let's take a step back, look at all those colors, and that's what I'm talking about, everyone. Absolutely amazing. So I'm excited to talk about the products that we offer here at Amtrak Vacations. These are really amazing, and they really focus nicely about Glacier National Park. Let's start with our escorted rail journey. This includes all your transportations, meals, tour guide, ease of travel, and you're traveling in a small group throughout all your destinations. So really a nice vacation where you just step back and everything is taken care of for you. We also have independent journeys if someone wants to explore on their own, but we still offer those really nice hotels and tours as well. We have family adventures that include breakfast for everyone and really family orientated, rail and sail, rail getaways that are more looking for 2 to 3 night packages, and of course our national park packages. So let's jump right into our Glacier National Park Getaway. This is our most popular package and includes my favorite tours. This is 3-night hotel accommodation, the Big Sky Circle Tour, Two Medicine Valley boat cruise, 1 meal, and this is a fun fact. I like to bring this on here. Did you know that you can fly or choose between our 500 Amtrak stations? So this is really cool. For example, if any of you live in Texas, you could fly up to Chicago and then jump on the Empire Builder to Glacier National Park. Or say you live in Los Angeles, you could take the train all the way up to Seattle and then jump on the Empire Builder to Glacier National Park. On my recent trip, we flew from Los Angeles to Chicago, did our 2 nights over to Seattle, and then we flew back home. So the possibilities are endless, and we're able to customize all these trips. We're now going to talk about our Glacier National Park Family Getaway. So what I love about our family packages is we've been seeing a lot of multi-generational families. The overnight train trips really give families quality time. Grandparents get to spend time with their grandchildren, siblings get to play games, and everyone has a fun and relaxing vacation. So as we've seen this package, you start in Chicago, you have an overnight to Glacier with 3 wonderful nights and tours, and then you have an overnight back to Chicago. So as we see right here, 3-night hotel accommodation in Glacier National Park, 3 breakfasts, the Big Sky Circle Tour, and the round-trip coach accommodation on the Empire Builder. This is truly one of my favorite ones. This is our Glacier National Park Express Express, everyone. And this one is 2 nights in Chicago, overnight to Glacier, and then another overnight to Seattle. And what's nice about our packages and what I love about them is all our hotels are in great locations and they're city center into what you guys want to see in popular attractions. So this package is 7 hotel nights, 2 nights on board Amtrak, the Glacier Park 2 Medicine Valley boat cruise, that awesome Big Sky Circle tour, and much, much more. So here in Chicago, and I was just here, so it's really cool that I get to talk about this. On your trip, you will actually have an architecture sightseeing cruise that really goes over all the history. Now, when I did this trip, Glacier was closed. And let's kind of step back and talk about that. Glacier is only open from June, July, August, and mid-September. So really, this sells out fast. I can't tell you enough. It is one of the most popular destinations, and since it's only open 4 months out of the year, people really want to go. So definitely, if this is something you've been thinking about, please give us a call today. Let's talk about Seattle. So in Seattle, you get to enjoy a hop-on, hop-off tour that's going to get you to some famous sites like Pike's Place and some other popular attractions. You also have admission to the Space Needle and to Hooley Garden and Glass. And now we have our escorted, an amazing trip. This includes a night in Seattle. You can see an overnight to Glacier. This is in roomette accommodations. 2 nights in Glacier, private motor coach down to Yellowstone, a night in Jackson Hole, and then ending in Salt Lake City. So we see right here, guys, that you do get that sightseeing tour. You still get that Big Sky Circle tour with your guide, 2 Medicine Valley boat cruise, sightseeing tour of Yellowstone, guided tour of the Grand Teton National Park, and a sightseeing tour of Salt Lake City. So Seattle, the package includes a sightseeing tour of all the famous attractions, and again, you're with a group, small group, about 20 people, going through all the sites, and the tour guide is super knowledgeable, giving you all the insights. In Yellowstone, you have that guided tour as well, so you're going to see things as old faithful, bison running around, and all the cascading waterfalls. Definitely a bucket list as well, truly amazing place. In Salt Lake City, we have a lot of clients that use this to fly home, or we can add the train on. So again, possibilities are endless. So we're going to take a minute to just talk about the train experience, and that really is an experience in itself. So as I mentioned during the family getaway, you're really getting time to spend with your children and not have to worry about driving. They can run around the train to the observation car and just really enjoy themselves. On my train trip, what my favorite part was meeting new people, seeing where they're going, see how many train trips they did, and just really getting to know everyone and that train experience. That was one of my favorite parts. Another part of the train experience is just being able to relax. Read a book, color, watch the scenery go by. We do offer these big picture windows, so you can just sit there and just, be inspired of all the places that you're going through. So we're going to talk about the different accommodations on Amtrak. The first one I want to go over is coach accommodation. And these are really nice plush chairs. Think of it as like first class on an airplane, but bigger. They recline at a 45-degree angle. You guys have definitely room to roam. And as you can see here, it's just fun. You don't have to stay in your seat the whole time. Like Jackie mentioned before, she was on a long plane ride, and she kind of was just stuck, where here you can walk around, and it's really just nice and relaxing. So this is what I stayed in. I stayed in a roomette, really nice accommodation. As you see that big picture window, it's chairs during the day, and then at night, your room attendant comes by, and it turns into bunk beds. So I really enjoyed my experience in the roomette. Lots of fun. We see here grandma and her granddaughter are playing games, and we played a lot of games, Uno and a bunch of fun card games. We also offer a bedroom. This is our deluxe accommodation on Amtrak. It does have its private toilet and shower in the room. And here's a family bedroom that we offer. So mom and dad and the kids can be in here, so really nice and fun accommodation. Here's more pictures of children sleeping. So this is the different accommodations. As you guys can see, the bunk beds at night. And one of my favorite places that I was up for a while, meeting new people, reading, listening to music, playing games. This is the observation dome, everyone. And you have picture-to-ceiling windows. So definitely able to see a lot going on there. And last but not least is dining on the train. Jackie did mention that there is a chef on board, and the food is amazing. Breakfast, French toast, pancakes. Lunch, look at that awesome burger right there. And for dinner, my favorite was actually the pinko chicken. It's absolutely delicious. So with that being said, I want to thank you again for attending and thank you for your time. I'm going to turn it back to Jackie, and she's going to go over some awesome specials that we have.
Thank you so much for all that great information, Brittany, all about Glacier National Park, the beautiful destination, where to stay, what you can all do there. So I do want to let you know about some great discounts that we have. So for Amtrak for the rail, there are quite a few that we have to offer. So we have some discounts for veterans and those in the military. We have a AAA discount. There's a great one for anyone age 62 or older. And for anyone with a child that's 2 to 12, the child will receive 50% off the rail portion of an Amtrak Vacations package. So how do you book one of our packages? Well, our vacation specialists are ready to help you out. So if you call us at 800-268-7252, they'll certainly be able to put the perfect package together for you. You can also go online at amtrakvacations.com, check out even more packages that we have to offer, or you can contact your local travel agent. If you do go online at amtrakvacations.com, you'll want to go to our Destinations tab and then select Glacier National Park. And there you'll see all the packages that we have going to the park. There's over 10 different variations that we have there, and if you still don't see the trip that you're looking for, let us know, because we can certainly customize anything for you to make it maybe as long or as short as you would like, or to help you hit a special price point. We also do offer a trip protection option. You do have the flexibility to choose it. It really is one of the best in the industry, though, and I highly recommend it because it's cancel for any reason up until 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, the business day prior to your departure, and you get a full refund minus the cost of the trip protection. And again, that's cancel for any reason. And it starts around $30, $35, and the price depends on the length of the trip that you have. So we do have some great discounts to offer all of you for taking the time to join us today. We have our early booking discounts, and as long as you use these discounts there for the escorted trip, you can save $400 per couple and $200 on select independent rail journeys. Again, that's as long as you book by February 29th. And one of the questions that we asked you on the webinar registration form was when you're looking to travel, and many of you said June or September. So for that, I do have a great additional offer for you, and I'm excited to share an exclusive discount that's just for all of you who joined us today. You will not see this anywhere else. But if you book any Glacier National Park package by Friday, February 5th, for travel in June or September, we'll give you another $200 off per couple. So with that, you can save $600 off per couple on our escorted trips, like the Northern National Parks that Brittany talked about, as well as $400 off per couple on select independent rail journeys. Those are multi-city trips that we have to offer. And for any other vacation package that you book with us, that has a minimum of 3 nights in Glacier, we'll give you this seasonal discount of $200 off per couple. And again, this is only for departures in June or September. Now, you don't want to wait because space does sell out, especially as the park is seasonal and this is the centennial. Plus, you'll definitely want to take advantage of these exclusive savings. So I hope you all enjoyed this presentation today, and I do want to open up to some questions. But before I go ahead and do that, I do want to make sure to announce our lucky winner of the $100 Amtrak Vacations gift certificate. And the winner there is Trish Smith. So Trish Smith, you are the winner of our $100 gift certificate to apply to any Amtrak Vacations package there. So we will be sending you that certificate and all that information there. So again, if you do have any questions at all at this time, please feel free to type it into your questions box there, and we'll make sure to go ahead and answer all of those questions. So we have a great question from Mary asking about the deposits there. She's looking to book her trip now, and what is the deposit amount for your Glacier National Park Express trip?
Oh, I'm so excited to hear that, Mary. And our getaways, it is $100 per person deposit. For our independent journeys and our escorted, it's $250 deposit per person. So definitely give us a call right away to lock one of those dates in.
We have a great question from Renee. What trips do you suggest for someone like me who's never traveled by rail to start with?
Nice. Well, this was actually my first train trip as well, Renee. And it really comes down to what destination you had your bucket list trip set on. Because we need to figure out where you're coming from, what places you want to see, because our packages and our train routes are endless. So definitely give us a call at 1-800-AMTRAK-2, and any one of our agents would love to go over some different places to help you out.
So we have a great question from Paulo. What are the best places for a professional photographer to take photos at Glacier?
All right, Paulo. So definitely, probably like myself, loving the different water and the colors that sparkle off the sun. So my personal opinion, to Medicine Valley, the lake right there, or Lake McDonald. I mean, honestly, the places are endless. Everywhere you go, even on the Going to the Sun Road, you want to step off and take some pictures. So great questions, guys.
So we have a great question from David. Can we get the map you showed with the routes on it?
Definitely. We can definitely send you a brochure that on the front of it has our Amtrak map and shows all our routes on there. So great question, David.
And you can also view that map there online at amtrakvacations.com. Again, if you go there, click on our Destinations tab, you will see that great map with all the different routes as well as all the destinations that we go to. So we have a great question from Ashley asking, how many bags am I allowed to bring on the train?
Great question, and I asked this myself before I went on. So everyone's allowed to bring 2 carry-ons per person under 50 pounds.
So we have another question from Jessica. On all packages, do they offer meals?
So most packages include 1 dinner. For instance, all the Glacier packages we talked about include the 1 dinner. But keep in mind, if you guys are on sleeper cars on Amtrak, all your meals are included. So if you're on an overnight train, you'll get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so really nice.
Great question from Trish, who is also a lucky gift card winner there, actually. Are there trails available for different walking, hiking abilities?
Oh, definitely, Trish. And right from the Glacier Park Lodge, there are some easy ones nearby, and then there's all different difficult levels. But yeah, definitely. Great question.
It's a question from Marie. If you had 2 days in Glacier National Park, what would you do? Limited mobility, so little to no hiking.
Marie, that's a great question, and this is what I love about these packages. So the train literally drops you off right by the lodge. It's just steps away, and those two awesome tours that we talked about, they actually pick you up right from the lodge, and so you have a tour guide, and you're in that red jammer bus the whole time, so no need to do strenuous hiking. All the sightseeing will be done for you on that red jammer bus or on the boat cruise. So no, definitely possibilities are endless.
All right, you all have some great questions, so thank you so much for all these. We have another one. Are there accommodations that have 2 beds on the floor?
You know, we get asked this a lot, and you know, we recommend the bedroom accommodation. The bottom bunk actually can fit 2 people if that works for you guys. And other clients have got 2 roomettes, so then they can have both of the bottom bunks. But we definitely do have different accommodations to help you guys out.
Another great question asking about going from Portland rather than Seattle.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we can definitely pick you guys up in Portland to go up to Glacier National Park. And also different packages from Portland would be like going down to San Francisco or going down Los Angeles.
So it looks like some more great questions. What are the discount codes again? I didn't write them down.
Oh, we can email them out. To everyone that attended, you guys will receive an email. So great question. These are all really good questions, guys. Thank you so much.
It looks like we actually had several people asking about those codes. So awesome. So glad to hear you're all interested in traveling, taking one of our trips here. We'll definitely make sure to get you all those promo codes there so you can take advantage of the great savings. And again, that seasonal discount is only good until this Friday, so definitely want to take advantage of that and book right away. So great question from Robin asking about a solo traveler.
So if you're a solo traveler, you can definitely do these trips independently, escorted getaways, definitely a possibility for you. And what's nice is those tours with the tour guide, you'll be able to meet some people, and it's a fun way to kind of like interact and also interact on the train. So great question.
We have a great question from Gretchen. Is free time built into the itinerary?
Oh, Gretchen, great question. So after the 2 Medicine Valley boat cruise, you guys have the rest of the day to yourself. So that's why I recommend doing some hiking, some sightseeing, or hang out at the lodge that has a 9-hole golf course or the day spa. We also can customize these trips. So say you want to add another night to do some more free time, definitely a possibility.
If we have, so great question from Jean, if we have a rental car, will we be able to return it to an Amtrak station?
Oh yeah, most of our Amtrak stations actually have a rental car facility nearby, so definitely a possibility, and great question.
We have another great one from Cassandra. Do you combine rail trips with the Canadian Rail, say in British Columbia?
I love this question. So we actually work with Via Rail, and yes, we have a lot of our trips. For example, people will live in like New York, go up to Toronto, and take the train all the way over to Vancouver, and then down through Seattle and Los Angeles. So endless opportunities.
So see, great question from Robert asking him where the Amtrak map was. So that is available online. It's amtrakvacations.com. If you click on the destinations tab there, that map will pull up. You'll see the different routes, the red lines there showing the different train routes and possibilities. And again, you can also see it in our brochure. You can view the brochure online as well as ask to have a printed copy sent to you. And I do see a couple people typed in questions there asking if we can mail brochures with their address. So yes, we will definitely go ahead and mail you that. If anyone else would like a brochure, please feel free to also just type it right into your questions box there, and we'll make sure to get that out to you. A great question from Patricia, and saying 2 carry-on bags per person. How are they transferred? Do we have to move them, or are they moved for us?
So there's two options. You can bring the carry-ons. There is luggage racks that you can store them if you're in a sleeper. But we also offer red cap service, everyone. And this is a really nice, they actually will help you bring on and off your bags, help you on and off the train. So yes, so definitely red cap service, and it is free. There's no charge for it, so it's really nice.
So we have a great question from Caitlin asking, what can I do in Chicago if I have a long layover?
Great question, and I've actually had to do this myself. So what's nice about the Union Station in Chicago is they do have a lounge for anyone staying in the sleeper accommodations. And in that lounge, they offer free beverages, free snacks, and they hold your baggage for you. So what you could do, say for me, I had like a 5-hour layover. I was able to just walk outside. There's tons of restaurants and shopping nearby. Or you can grab a quick cab to go see the Bean or go see some more monuments. So great question, and it's really nice how the Union Station offers that lounge.
So we have a great question from Linda. I've been to Glacier National Park, but could only go after around June 20th to see the complete pass. Is that still true?
So Glacier does open about the 2nd to 3rd week of June. So it's because the snow is still on the Going to the Sun Road. So mid-June, best time to start going. Great question.
So we have one from Michael asking, what was the name of the hotel with the balcony room? Really looks like my kind of room.
Ah, nice, mine kind. So that one is the Glacier Park Lodge. And again, that one is just steps away from the Amtrak station. So nice thing about Glacier National Park is it's the only national park that the train goes through. So it's super convenient.
So we have one from Peter. Is there any family discounts, or can the couple discount be used for my daughter and myself?
Oh yeah, we can. It's per couple, so we can use that discount for the family. Not a problem.
So we have a great question from, let's see here, from Deborah. Does the train from Chicago stop in North Dakota?
Oh yes, yeah. The Empire Builder is the one from Chicago. It's our northern route going through Minnesota, Washington, Montana. So yeah, it does stop. And we can. What's nice is we can pick you up there in North Dakota to take you to Glacier National Park.
So we have a great one from Valerie. How does the roomette differ from a room? So maybe just a little bit more clarification, Brittany, on the difference between the roomette and the bedroom again.
Yeah, no, that's a great question, Valerie. So the roomette, it's chairs during the day, bunk beds at night, and down the hall is the toilet and the shower. Where the bedroom, it is a little bit bigger, and it has a private toilet shower in the room. So the biggest difference, everyone, is the bedroom has the toilet shower in the room, where the roomette, it's down the hall.
So a great one from Robin. Does the discount include solo travelers?
Oh yeah, we definitely do the discount for a solo traveler.
So it looks like that's all we have for questions today. I think we're able to get to all of the questions there. If anyone else does have any, please feel free to type them into your questions box there. Again, we'll spend another minute or so. If anyone does have it, definitely answer that. If you do think of a question, maybe it's later on as you're trying to process all this information there. Usually that's when all my questions start kicking in. Definitely I encourage you to reach out to us, give us a call there. We'll be more than happy to help you out. It looks like a couple are still popping back in, a few last-minute questions there. Are there lockers in Chicago to store luggage if traveling in coach?
Yes. Yeah, there still is lockers for you to leave your luggage, and then you can go walk around Chicago. So, yep, really good question.
So we have Marie asking, do the roomettes lock from the outside in case you leave?
No, they don't. Just from the inside when you guys are sleeping at night.
Let's see here. Kelsey asking, can you check luggage?
Yes, you can. You can check luggage all the way through, especially on the Empire Builder. They do offer that service.
We have Jason asking about a disability discount.
We do. Amtrak does offer a disability discount, so great question.
So we have Gretchen asking, is there a best month to see Glacier?
You know, my personal opinion, definitely you want to go late June, July, August, and then early September. So early June and late September is when it starts to get really cold. But if you're in the middle, everyone, it's a great time to go.
So we have Kathy asking, is it difficult to get a seat in the observation car, or do people usually stay all day?
You know what, Kathy, I'm so glad you asked this question, because when I was on my trip, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, well, I wonder if there's even going to be room for, you know, me and everyone to go hang out. And people were just like hang out for a little bit, and then they walked out. And then also keep in mind, people are getting off at different stops. So actually, it wasn't as crowded as I thought, and I was able to get a seat each time because I didn't stay the whole time up there. So great question, Kathy.
We have a question from Nancy asking, was this webinar recorded? So Nancy, yes, this webinar was recorded. We actually make sure to record all of our webinars that we do, and you can view all of those at amtrakvacationsblog.com. So if you want to go there, you can review this webinar. We'll get it posted very shortly. Again, you can also watch part 1 of the series, which was the Grand Canyon, as well as any of our past webinars there. So we have a great one from Gretchen. Are there specific times for meals on the train?
Great question. So you guys will actually have a room attendant. They come by, and they actually ask you, there's 3 different times for dining on the train, and they actually which you would prefer, and then over the loudspeaker they will announce, okay, now we're serving the 7 p.m. dinner. So yes, we do have about 3 different times to choose from for the meals.
So a question from Cassandra, what happens to your personal things when you're touring if your sleeper cannot be locked when you're gone?
So I actually kept my, I had a couple of suitcases, and I kept them on the luggage rack, which was right outside of my roomette. And honestly, the room attendant is in the car the whole time, so it was fine. Yeah, it was really nice.
And I can just elaborate on that too. I've actually taken several long distance trains, and I've had the sleeping accommodations there. Of course, if there's anything you're worried about, you know, you may want to take your purse or any, you know, valuables with you, but really everything's going to be okay. Keep in mind you do have the car attendant there, so he knows exactly whose room is whose and everything there. So everything will be okay there. But definitely to be on the safe side, you know, take any valuables. Keep in mind, like Brittany had mentioned earlier, talking about baggage, you can check your bags too. So really the best thing is kind of to keep a smaller bag with you in that roomette too for reasons, just things that you'll need on the train there. So again, want to say thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time joining us today on this webinar that we had all about Glacier National Park. Again, if you do have any questions that come in later, please feel free to reach out to us. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. So thank you so much.